The Under-23 National Championships. Another headliner and a couple national events coming to South Australia here at West Beach on beautiful Gonda Land. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the first streamed game of the Under-23 National Championship. I'm Eric Ballner, joined by James Harris and Lee Hull. Gentlemen, National Championship season has rolled around just as quickly as it seems to have ended last year. Or this year, even.
Well, good afternoon, Eric, and to everyone watching. Coming in at late notice here, I'm calling tonight's game, so I'll just be on the sidelines for this one, Eric and Lee. I'll leave you guys to all the comments, and I'll jump in when I can. But yeah, National Championships underway. It's the Joyce Leicester Shield, and it was the last of the Nationals, 6 months ago?
Yes, it was. It just seems the other day, doesn't it, boys? It's talking about Joyce Leicester, fantastic player she was for Australia.
This is New South Wales and ACT. Both these teams have already played games. 4 games have already got underway today on both Diamond 1 and Diamond 2. Queensland defeated Western Australia 9-1. Victoria beat ACT in a rambunctious affair. ACT just fell 10-7. They played today. New South Wales finished their game about 25 minutes ago. They beat WA 7-1. And East Texas beat South Australia 8-4 in the first 4 games. So it is the 1-0 squad from New South Wales. There's the 0-1 team from ACT. But this ACT team, littered with talent that has played some open women's, now played some under-23s, and seem to be getting better with every game out.
Absolutely. We've got some familiar names from last or earlier this year for last year's National Championships. But yeah, just East Texas, our visitors for this first round of the tournament. Of course, they look very strong. They swung heavy bats, and we'll actually get to call their game this time tomorrow. So hopefully anyone who's watching from East Texas enjoys the coverage.
Yeah, I did see the best part of the first half of that game. A couple of their girls hit the fence on the full with line drives. Can you believe that? That's a long way to hit a line drive.
And college ball, they play on 200-foot fences. People watching at home, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this one's at 230, so anything that hit the fence on the full, Lee, would have been a ding-dong in their
home
college.
Run, yes, it would have been, and you've been responsible for a few of those in your playing days, James.
Yeah, I'm not about self-promotion, Lee, you know that.
No, well, I did the promotion for you.
About to get underway here.
Bree Evans, the starting pitcher for New South Wales. She'll be tossing the ball to Paula Zaballero behind the plate. Michaela Facer leads things off for ACT, who are trying to get their first win on the board. And we are underway with Game 5 of the 2023 National Championships.
Got the first tricky one out of the way, Eric. Zaballero, it's a good one.
Caitlin Wild at third, Kiera Trim at second, Abby Morris at second, Kiera Trim the shortstop, and Emily Gordon the first basewoman for New South Wales.
Lee just gave you a look. Normally he takes us around the diamond.
Well, you want to take us around the outfield, Lee?
In between batters, maybe.
Can I?
On the green grass that's been mowed, Lee.
7 runs ACT put up in their first game, so Facer steps in. Taking a few pitches down low, ACT trying to get those early base runners. These are 7-inning games.
Seven innings, or until there's a result, Eric. We'll go into extras if required.
No extra innings required yet in the first 4 games, but a couple close ones. Tournament navigation, always an interesting point of interest for any team and any coach trying to get their way through. ACT, they start their play this morning and they end it tonight, and by the time they go to bed, they'll have played 3 games already in the tournament. More than on their way.
Heavy loads for all teams in this tournament.
Yeah, that'll get rid of the cobwebs very quickly in less than 24 hours.
Facer fouls one away. That's the first ball really put into play, taking a few pitches. So competitive at bat to start this game.
A very good turn at bat. That's what you need from your leader, don't you? Lead off hitter comes in, gets her money's worth.
And a walk.
Good at bat, fouled one off, got herself to first on a patient at bat. The interesting thing about it is I remember Bree Evans from earlier this year. She played opens and she played 23s. Likes to take her time on the plate.
Caitlin McCready now up to bat. Showing bunt, lays the first pitch bunt lead, something you're not a fan of.
Not on the first pitch, because it usually goes up in the air to the catcher or behind the catcher, and it did. Thank you for that input, Eric. It's a little bit of a sore point with me. As
I think he's a bit off kilter at the moment. Didn't get to do the weather, didn't get to do the around the diamond.
No, I know.
Showing butt, but now almost caught in a rundown. Had to be careful, Michaela Facer, sliding back. Emily Gordon will apply the tag, but Facer was in there quite easily.
Well, she got in the air, Emily, then, and prevented her going on the second, because had that got past, it would have gone to right field. Who was playing in a position that wouldn't have been able to gun the runner down.
And a swing and a miss, so McCready will strike out? No. Just the second strike on her. You need 3 strikes in softball.
3 strikes in softball, yeah.
Famous name in the ACT, McCready. Both coaches, fantastic players.
Both coaches,
right.
hitters hitting 2 and 4.
Yep.
I was a bit starstruck in the tech meeting last night.
You were?
Sally was sitting front and centre.
Oh, terrific player, Sally was. I remember seeing her play.
Olympian World Softball Hall of Famer.
Yep. And Richard is a fine coach.
Ball down in the dirt, well blocked by Zaballero, and sliding into second.
Well, that's a pitch you want to go on. Anything in the dirt, even on the inside of the batter, the catcher's got to turn around 180 to make that throw over. Got there safely.
Yep.
Easily.
So a runner in scoring position early for ACT. And there's the strikeout, looking, catching that inside edge of the plate. Strikeout number 1 for Bree Evans.
The outfield for New South Wales, Eric, is Alyssa Connell at left, Erin Partridge centre, and at right field we have Sophie O'Connor.
Nice
Hasn't
work.
lost it, has he? The Centurion.
The Centurion. Sounds like a tank to me.
Swing and a miss from Sarah Nolan. Sam McCready batting 4, Caitlin Savage 5, Heidi Bell 6, Michaela Tui 7, Georgia Monday at 8, and Talia Saunderson batting 9th. Already put up 7 runs in this tournament. Tips it foul into the dirt. Zaballero looking good behind the plate right now, blocking a few different balls that could have slipped away.
Well, you got enough protective equipment on, and James, you were a catcher of note in the men's competition.
Caught a couple of games.
Yep. You need that protection, don't you, if you're going to block everything.
Swing and a miss. Bree Evans, who allowed that first pitch walk, has now come back with back-to-back strikeouts.
Came back quickly, didn't she?
And on the 2-3 hitters as well, so pretty impressive. 4-hitter coming up.
Sam McCready should be patrolling center field today. Ball in the dirt, and they again tried to catch Michaela Facer off the bag a couple times. She's had to scurry back to the bag to stay alive.
Yeah, golden rule of when you're running at second, go down as far as the nearest fielder to you. You'll beat them back on the throw.
Swing and a miss again, so
See, that's a good pitch again, isn't it? Committed the batter.
Changes speed and drops it down.
Yep.
Another game almost about to get underway. Diamond 2. We'll bring you some updates as we go.
Rolled along the ground, and that goes foul as well.
Certainly settled into her work now, Brianna, hasn't she? As you mentioned, James, just get her started. A bit of a looker. First batter went the distance. Got the pace on balls. Next two, Kay.
Infield right in as well. I find that interesting. For a
And a
four-hitter.
swing and a miss. So Bree Evans walks the first batter and then goes strikeout on Caitlin McCready, strikeout on Sarah Nolan, and then strikeout on Sam McCready. 3 straight strikeouts, striking out the side. Will send New South Wales to the plate, trying to build off their first win where they won 7-1 over WA just a few moments ago. And Lee, why don't you take us around the diamond though for ACT?
Thank you, Eric. I will. The battery is Sarah Nolan to Caitlin Savage. First base, Georgia Monday. Second base, Michaela Facer. Third base, Caitlin McCready. Shortstop, Heidi Bell. The outfield from left to right, Talia Sorensen, Sam McCready, and Michaela Tui.
New South Wales with their lineup today. Erin Partridge will lead things off, followed by Abby Morris. Brianna Evans batting 3, Caitlin Wild 4, Alyssa Connell 5, Kira Trim batting 6, Paula Zaballero 7, Emily Gordon 8, and Sophie O'Connor is batting 9.
Lee, you've also got the umpires for us as well.
The umpires I have on plate, it's Steve Wallace Yarrow, known to his friends as the hyphenator. At first
No one
base,
knows
it's
that.
Jamie Harries, and at third base, Deb Keogh.
Yeah, umpires are already in fine form in this tournament as well. There's been no incidences, so obviously keeping a tight rein on things, but this festival of softball is just about to get underway, isn't it? We've played a few games already, so the excitement's there. Come Saturday, there's going to be softball everywhere. The Adelaide competition will play their lower grades and their junior grades Saturday morning. Then this tournament will be on throughout the day, and if you're interested in bat and ball sports, the Adelaide Giants have got a double header.
Big day on Saturday around the
Huge
ballpark.
day on Saturday around the ballpark here at wonderful West Beach.
They've won 10 and 12 on the trot, haven't they, Eric?
They certainly have.
Thanks to you, I hear.
Yeah, magic. That's the mustache. Erin Partridge leads things off for New South Wales. She's one of 5 players in the New South Wales lineup that played in game number 1 in their victory over WA. 4 different players are working their way into the starting lineup. Partridge, who is one of them, knocked over to short. Heidi Bell scoops, fires, it just slips
Quick.
away.
Very quickly, she hit it well
She
and then
certainly
ran
did.
it out.
Yep, and the catcher was in very good position to back up then if the throw got away, and it did.
So Abby Morris will step in. It's interesting, you know, you have to use a lot of these players in your lineup to get you through these doubleheader and tripleheader days. One lineup presented to one team, not the same as the next, and teams generally tinker all throughout the week to find that perfect formula when it comes to the medal round games, and that's a game that you think New South Wales would try to factor in. Fouled, but she was running out of the box and fouled right into herself.
Yeah, we were just pumping your tyres before, Eric, but you already know that you're not the most famous former Canadian here this week, eh? Lang Harrow, world champion head coach of the Aussie Steelers.
Get some scouting done.
Yeah, he's here in his selector role, or head coach of the Aussie Spirit, looking for the future of our game.
The eyes will be on them. Knocked over towards third. Caitlin McCready knocks it down across the diamond. That's a nice play from Caitlin McCready. That ball came out quickly. She had to knock it down and fire.
Yeah, hit it hard as well. So knocked it down, recovered, composed and made a good play.
Yeah, she did, but Abby's done the job, hasn't she? Forced a runner on the second.
Bree Evans up to bat. She was 0 for 2 in game number 1. Of the 5 players back in the lineup, just Alyssa O'Connell is the one that has the hits.
Unusual to see the starting pitcher bat up so high as 3, I would have thought.
We saw her hit a fair bit earlier in the year, didn't we, for the 22 Nationals. Bree Evans, both Gilly Shielder and Joyce Lester Shield.
We'll see how all these players have progressed over the last 6 months. Well off the bag, though, is Erin Partridge. And Caitlin Savage behind the dish was just trying to feel out.
Yeah, I like that, Lee. Like, stamp your authority as a catcher. Otherwise, you know, one runner takes advantage of you. The next one will too. It looks like a bat change.
Hey, you know.
Just go
Watch her
from
crush
one
the next
ghost
one.
advance to the next ghost advance. Probably got a couple in the bag. Michael Clark style. Oh, it's not Michael Clark anymore, is it?
And
Steve
no
Smith,
money,
maybe?
and no money in the kitty. We got 2 ghost bats.
New bat. Swings right through it. Didn't make any contact with the new lumber. Strikeout, the first one of the day for Sarah Nolan.
Evans getting a bit of a taste of her own medicine. She got the 3 strikeouts in the top. So 4 strikeouts for Evans in the game so far. Legal pitch
Yeah, if
called
you
by
had
the
that.
plate umpire.
Oh.
Steve Olashero announces a legal pitch, just waiting for any of the coaches to come out to have a word. No one protesting. Not sure what it was for, Lee.
No.
So runner gets a base on an illegal pitch.
If the plate umpire's done it, it's probably because she didn't come to a stop.
Base hit.
Hands apart, I'd think.
Base hit gets the first run of the game. Caitlin Wild takes a pitch up high.
And that pitch was a bit wide, wasn't it? But Caitlin.
Chopped on the
Chopper.
ground, and it took a funny hop right over the head of Caitlin McCready. It's called fair, and it's an RBI for Caitlin Wild. But that was a wild bounce, for lack of a better word. McCready had moved under it, and it popped right over her head, and it's a 1-0 game.
And you can do nothing about that defensively at third. She jumped as high as she could possibly jump, Caitlin, but it was over.
Get a good look at the replay, I hope, in a second. We
Just
won.
missed it. It was hard hitting to the ground, and the surface just got redone in the last week, so it's probably a bit firmer than what we'd normally see on a Premier League game.
Alyssa Connell, 1 for 2 in game number 1. So Partridge reached on an error and then brought around because of an illegal pitch over to third, and that was enough of a bounce to cash in a run. Cracking shot to right field, charging on. And charging back was Michaela Facer. It dropped in play, and that ball slips away. So a couple different miscues in the ACT field, and all the way from first is Caitlin Wild. And those free bases come back costly. Connell puts it in play. Run scores, 2-0.
Facer obviously doesn't have the local knowledge of this diamond. It looked like she just bugged out of it at the last moment with the sun just staring directly into her face. It's the afternoon summer sun here at West Beach. It's around this time plays tricks on you, doesn't it, Lee? We've seen it plenty of times.
Yep, yep. That's unfortunate, but that's how it goes.
Kira Trim. So New South Wales getting just the start they wanted following a 7-2 victory. They're favorites or near favorites in almost every tournament they play in at any level.
Took the words out of my mouth, Eric. That was exactly where I was going to go. And them in Queensland, who have won the last 2, you'd think are red-hot favourites. And outside that, oh, you could throw a towel over the teams. They're that bunched up. They're close. WA, Victoria, ACT, South Australia. It's going to be a tough and tight comp this week.
And all you have to really do is get to that final Sunday. Get in the 3-4 game or the 1-2 game. Get yourself playing for a ticket to the championship game.
The East Texas games, they all count towards the table. So it'll be points and runs against.
Grounded to short. It was a good pickup from Heidi Bell. Makes the play, ends the threat. 2 runs cross the board, an RBI to Alyssa O'Connell, or just Alyssa Connell, and Erin Partridge. She scored the run, brought in by Bree Evans. It's a 2-0 game right now. Sorry, no, it was Caitlin Wild and Alyssa Connell that had the RBIs.
Yep.
2-0 game after 1. So how did that come about? How did East Texas find themselves in the national championships in Australia?
Mate, it's a long story that I don't have all the details of. When the draw was being done for the under-23 women's, it was our events coordinator who said, "Who's East Texas Baptist?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" So it was a surprise to us as hosts, but you know, we're welcoming our visitors from the US. East Texas Baptist play in the Division II NCAA competition, and they needed somewhere to train and have a couple of games, and they sorted that out through Softball Australia, and they said, "We've got a tournament for you." And it's in the rules. The under-23 tournament can have invitational teams.
I love that. That's a different experience for these athletes in Australia, seeing some competitors that they will have never seen before.
I saw some of their support staff earlier in the day, and they said, "Is there any kangaroos nearby?" And I said, "Oh, you know, about half an hour up the road." Oh, they said, disappointingly.
They were looking for the kangaroos. That's just hopping in the reserve.
Yeah.
One coming on in the middle of the game. So they over here for Christmas as well, or are they just here for...
They leave this weekend, so they're not eligible for finals, and they'll be out of here before we even really get a chance to get to know them.
Grounded over towards short, picked up by Kira Trim, bobbled at the last second. She had to rush the throw. So Caitlin Savage, quick smart on to second, runner in scoring position.
Well, that's a great response, isn't it, from the ACT? Come out with some hot bats, put the ball into play, and put a little bit of offensive pressure on New South Wales.
Heidi Bell.
Yes. It's just picking the ball up and executing the throw, doesn't it, James, across the diamond?
Gee, that's a good pitch from Bree Evans to try to fill up the zone just on that inside. Heidi Bell couldn't get her hands to it quick enough, swung right on top of it. Running bunt. Runner will advance to third. Good play over. That was a tricky one because Heidi Bell can fly, but she's safe at first, using that speed, and it was a tight one.
It was a great play. On the run, got the throw right, and credit to Bell. She beat it out. Let's have a look at the... No?
We saw that. Yeah, just a second. Yeah, it was just Caitlin Wild had to charge on.
1-3 split. Looked like that they were going to give her the base. And then at the last minute, tried to make the tag. Bell shows her speed again.
Michaela Tui. And Bree Evans going to have a quick chat with.
Yeah, Kath Horton, the coach of the New South Wales under-23, coming out to have a chat to her players. You can see on the Eastern replay, Bell slides in safely, so she's got a safe bunt and then a stolen base next to her name, putting 2 runners into scoring position. She's been very good in the limited time that we've seen her. I look back at the last game, looked like she started on the bench against Victoria, so handy little player to come in.
They need to score from here, don't they? With none out and 2 on in scoring position. Need to get at least 1 run here.
Tui also playing her first game. She started on the bench against Victoria.
umpire Wallace Yarrow just checking the count, make sure.
Cracking shot right off the glove of Abby Morris. That knocks in. 1 run is scored. Getting a big wave around was Heidi Bell before she's held up at the last second. It was almost a spectacular play by Abby Morris at second, but enough momentum from the ball, and what a response from ACT after falling behind early.
I'm giving that a hit. That went off like a rocket.
Yep.
Looking to my left, I can see the green pen out, so official is a hit. What a great shot from Tui. And there's the Savage crossing the plate for the ACT.
That would have been an extraordinary effort from Abby Morris. Georgia Monday.
She was in the air, wasn't she, Abby? Just couldn't quite hang on to it. It was motoring, absolutely motoring.
Top half of the lineup in Facer, McCready, Nolan, and then Sam McCready struggled to put the ball in play. A walk and 3 strikeouts, and now 3 straight times, ball in play, make it 4. Good things have happened. A throw at the plate and a nice flip from Bree Evans. Got it right to Paula Zaballero, who was able to tag out the runner, Heidi Bell. And look at the replay here. She committed to running.
Great play from Evans. The bump went down, the runner was going. Good execution from Monday, the batter. For her first at bat of the tournament, she finds herself on base.
1 out, but 2 on.
Fielder's choice, Leland?
Yep.
Fielder's choice on that.
Talia Saunderson. Saunderson, did she play in the first game?
No, so ACT have gone 4 batters in a row that sat out the last game altogether.
Wow, but it's worked.
Yeah. Savage, who led off this inning, went 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs in the game, so an important batter for them. Got the rally started in this inning, safe bunt, and then a cracking line drive.
They were neck and neck with Victoria in that game. Ball, the second walk of the day for Bree Evans.
Takes us back to the leadoff hitter.
And a big early moment. Michaela Facer's already got a walk and bases loaded. 1 out. ACT trying to get a surprise lead in the early goings versus a very strong New South Wales squad. Facer, a walk and a stolen base. Pitch rides up high. In game number 1, Michaela Facer.
Well, Michaela got her money's worth in the first dig, didn't she? Just went the full count, got the base on balls. This is the situation. 3 people on base. She needs to bat sensibly here, not chase just anything.
Didn't have a hit in game number 1, but being on base today. And right now, it's just stand strong.
It's about discipline here, Eric, isn't it? Just bat. Force this pitcher. The pitcher knows the bases are full. There's 1 out, so she'll be feeling the pressure, so the batter needs to keep that pressure on by taking their time here.
Three balls on her.
Well, now she can take 2 pitches at least here. Just shoulder arms. Do not even think about playing a shot.
I'm swinging.
Oh, you would be, because I know you. You want to use those quick legs around the bases, Eric, I know.
I wouldn't swing at that, but it's a walk for Facer, a second of the day. That ties the game. It's going to go down as an RBI. Natalie, I'm a big fan of the 3-0 count swing.
Well, you just saw it scored a run there by not swinging, but...
well, I mean, if it's looking anywhere
If it's looking
close to
fat,
yeah.
No,
But
I
some
agree.
people nowadays are just walking up to the plate and they just literally leave the bat on the shoulder, and there's no intention of swinging at all.
No, but with only one out and bases loaded, the pressure is on the field,
pitcher.
on the pitcher and her field.
Just a score update. South Australia with the early lead on the Diamond 2 game at the moment. It is 2-0 over defending champions Queensland after one complete.
Late in the ball game.
Early in the ball game, I think you'll find, with hits to Benithan and Callahan. Callahan at 2 RBIs with Georgia Hood and Taylor Chillingworth crossing the plate.
Change of pitcher for New South. It's Amelia Cousins coming in the pitch. Number 87.
It started really, really well for New South Wales. Bree Evans walked the first batter, but then went strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. Allowed her offense to pace them a little bit by scoring 2 runs. But a nice response from ACT, who had that big shot by Michaela Tui, the hardest hit ball of the lot, but a couple walks, a fielder's choice. They've scored 2 runs this inning, have bases loaded, 1 out. And don't forget that 1 out was because a runner was gunned down at the plate.
Yep. And it just shows you how quickly the game can change within half an innings, can't it?
6 batters in a row have reached.
Yeah, McCready up to bat, who had 2 walks in the first game and a sacrifice. So she was important for the team. So with loaded bases, you think that McCready could offer some more offensive damage.
Yep. Same principle applies here. Still only 1 out, bases loaded. Take your time. New pitcher, force her to throw as many pitches as you can.
Caitlin McCready goes after the first pitch. Chop back foul. Just ricochets off the meshing behind.
It's a game of cat and mouse, isn't it, Eric? Just the pitcher and catcher versus the batters.
Timeout called, just to have a bit of a chat.
Bit of a powwow here between
or
the
maybe
battery.
just because the signals for the runner on 2.
Yep.
Nolan in the on-deck circle went 1.
Into foul territory. It comes back into play. Easily played by Emily Gordon. 2 down. That isn't cheap out that they would have liked.
Just what the pitcher would have wanted. Just what the coach would have wanted.
Yep.
With the change there, a cheap out.
Not
but it does
ACT though.
bring up Nolan, who I was just saying went 1 for 4 in the previous game.
Good catching.
And the 3-hole hitter. Five to 9 have accounted for the 2 runs for ACT. 1 through 4 yet to get a hit. It is the second inning though. Well, not anymore. A base hit to left field scores 1 run. Runner will be held up, and ACT, thanks to a Sarah Nolan RBI single, has made this a 3-2 game. They grab the lead.
Hit it well, clipped the glove of third base player Caitlin Wild, but yeah, well, ACT have just come back firing there with a 3 spot in this inning. They're not done yet. Their big hitter McCready is in the box. We can see a speed up runner for their pitcher Sarah Nolan.
And it's Abby Hart.
Samantha McCready 2 for 3 with a walk and an RBI.
Correction, it's Alex Maiden.
After the first pitch, it's an awkward one in the sun, but moving under Aaron Partridge. It could have been worse, but it's still a big inning for ACT, who, after falling behind 2-0 early, respond right away with 3 straight runs.
Lead change important as well. Does a lot for their confidence because they dropped a high-scoring game 10-7 earlier today. They've got another game to go tonight, and it just doesn't get easier for these teams in these shortened format competitions. And with the 7 teams in a short format, you've got no choice but to play early and late, maybe even early again the next day. But all teams have got to go through it. 3-2, so our viewers back in the ACT will be happy. I think Kira's watching with newborn son Jace.
It's a good name, Joyce, isn't it? Good name.
Just quickly the update from the backfield where still early stages, it's still top of the second. There's no out. Runner on first for South Australia.
ACT looking for a tight innings here in the field here. After taking the lead in the game.
Catcher Zaballero is first in the box. He fouls off the first one.
Now another question being asked, this time of another team, the Double Blues. These teams, a lot of these players wouldn't be separated geographically too far away from each other.
Neighbours, you could say.
Just down the Hume Highway.
Yep.
And that ACT softball community, a small one, but one that's growing. You know, you hear a lot of those stories about how the open women's team and the under 23 team trains with the men's team, and the men's team's been a bit of a powerhouse over the last
15, 20 years.
1 to 2 decades.
Always been very strong, the men's softball in the ACT.
Trying to rely on that strength of community to be the big difference maker, you would say. Zaballero pops straight up in the air, but completely lost behind the plate. Caitlin Savage couldn't quite find it. She started off to her right. The ball popped off on her left.
In first base, Georgia Monday was thinking about going for it. I think it was always the catcher's thing, but not a lot of talking out there we didn't hear, Eric, which usually helps, doesn't it, in situations like that.
Sarah Nolan, who started the game, still on, or in the circle rather. No balls crushed so far. But balls have found their way to the outfield for New South Wales, who generated those 2 runs in the first. You can tell the talent in this New South Wales lineup. Every single one of their at-bats seems to go deep into accounts, knock it away. Zaballero, no different right now.
Aggressive batters, aren't they?
To left field, moving under it, Talia Saunderson. That would have been a spectacular grab if she could have found that over in left field. Instead, it's just a foul ball. So the long at-bat to start this inning continues, working that pitch count up hard on Sarah Nolan.
But throw off pace here.
And now the energy from the dugouts coming through. Saunderson again in foul territory. What a battle.
Yeah.
Your eye on Coach Horton here, coming right up to have a chat with her batter.
She's keen to swing, as we've seen. So that's why you just take the pace off the pitch.
Left fielder's gone deep as well.
Because that's pace on the pitch there results in that ball being crushed round there.
4 straight foul balls. And after all of that, she just fouled a few pitches away to strut down to first base off a walk. That was a gritty at-bat from the catcher of New South Wales.
Certainly was.
Nolan just trying to catch the outside edge on that last pitch and just got a bit big on her, and Zaballero running aboard.
Emily Gordon.
First pitch has gone foul. I am surprised. Not really.
Didn't go up though, Lee.
Or bat, yeah.
Still went foul.
What you saying? Same horse?
Same horse, different jockey.
Lays down the bunt, right down the first baseline, scooped up by Georgia Monday. Zaballero advances to second. New South Wales executing some small ball.
Good job done. Runner in scoring position. 9-hitter O'Connor up, then we turn around to the top. So good chance here for New South Wales to tie the game.
Yep.
It's a top that's already produced.
ACT need to get this lass out, so there's 2 down when they come to the top again.
Producer Brandon just hovering over us at the moment. I'm worried.
I know. Should we be worried? To the middle of the diamond, moving under is Facer, and she steps on the bag for an ending double play.
Unassisted double play, Eric and Lee. Fantastic defense from ACT that gave up a couple of unearned runs in the first.
She just took the ball and used that momentum to step on the bag. Off of it was Zaballero, and why wouldn't she be? She was trying to get a good jump to try to possibly score on a base hit. We've seen balls like that at that field time and time again find their way over the infield.
Is the Eastern replay, and it was over before the camera could even get across there. Fantastic play from Facer, and if you're a keen watcher of the Premier League, you'll know that that would be in contention for the C-Max clinical performance of the game, play of the game.
That's just what they wanted, didn't they, the ACT girls?
Michaela.
Just get out of that without any addition to the score. And remains 3-2 ACT.
Michaela Facer, a couple nice plays defensively. That one obviously takes all the candy, I suppose. But she's got 2 walks in this game. One of them was with bases loaded, so it was a ribby. In the same place that ACT started their big inning in number 2, they'll start their batting in inning number 3. Caitlin Savage.
Yeah, nine batters through the lineup in the second inning, ACT.
Unexpected, you would think.
Ball floating up high. Brianna Evans started the game. She was later replaced by Amelia Cousins. Flared towards center right field and moving under it, Erin Partridge.
She's been good. Tested a couple of times and showing some speed out there at centre field.
Helps, doesn't it? Bit leg speed when you're playing out there at centre field especially.
The pitch from from Amelia Cousins just jammed her enough. Heidi Bell swinging at the first pitch, again over to second, and 2 quick outs. Bell was the one that reached on that running bunt. That was sort of the table setter of the last inning. Brings up Michaela Tui. She smashed the ball right towards the shortstop, Abby Morris, or sorry, Kira Trim. That just got through for a hit in her first at-bat. The 1-1 count. Wouldn't a 1-2-3 inning for Amelia Cousins go down a treat, especially when she comes in with bases loaded in a 3-2 game, just allows the 1 run. Those runs weren't her base runners. Foul tip.
Tough time to come in and the bases loaded. 1 out, I think.
Yeah, she's showing some good composure.
No defense against that shot in the hole.
2 hits now from Michaela Tui. That's some serious production in the 7 spot.
Runner on for the ACT. Georgia Mundy's the batter to the plate. She attempted a squeeze her last turn. Swing and a miss on that first one. Top of the 3rd, and we've got a beauty already, Lee.
We certainly have.
Fouls that off. Back goes Tui. 2 outs lead. You're at the 8 hitter. You're risking the runner. You're going to send her maybe? Put some pressure on?
No, I don't think so. Not at this early stage.
Rolled over towards second base. And an easy play from Abby Morris to end the side. So ACT, they've got base runners in all 3 innings. Their second one, their best with 3. They've played some nice defense. And now they'll try to defend this 1-run lead again as Sarah Nolan comes out for her 3rd inning of work, but it'll be her 2nd time through the lineup. First time through, racked up a couple hits, couple runs, a walk, and a reach on an error.
Diamond 2 game, South Australia versus Queensland. We're into the top of the 3rd. There's none out. 2 runners on for South Australia, so they've had runners on each inning. 3rd inning started with a hit by pitch to Chillingworth. Becky Havas gets a single. Was originally named as a reserve for the under-23s.
Becky
Havas, so
2nd straight start. She played the early game too.
Yep. So she's got a hit in good form.
I mean,
with
she's
the Seeker
raking
Tigers
right
in
now,
the, in the Premier League. She's, I think she's got 7 or 8 hits, and 6 of them are extra bases.
Yeah, just a lot of raw, natural power. Center fielder Aaron Partridge. First pitch swing right over to the shortstop, Heidi Bell. And that is the 3rd time that that's happened today. Just a little line out towards one of the ACT players.
Yeah, I mentioned it last inning. A couple of red runs in the 1st inning off a couple of errors, but they've really tightened the screws in the defense. Playing with some...
Morris with the running bunt. Right back, the double clutch from Nolan, safe. It was that little bit of hesitation that just gave Abby Morris enough time to stand on the base paths.
Yeah, first pitch again, just caught second base player Facer maybe behind a little bit. Couldn't get across to first for the throw. Pitcher Cousins comes into the lineup for Evans.
She's been off to a good start. In the circle. She has in the batter's box.
Oh, that's a good shot.
She delivers a nice hit. Yeah, right line through the middle. Trying to push for 3. Should be out by a mile. And she is. It was a good throw from Talia Saunderson.
Out at left field, she just a little fumble, then she spins to pick it up and throw it. Runner tries to take on the fumble, and third base just off the base slightly. Umpire Wallace right on the spot.
Wow.
So Cousins, who didn't play in the first game, has come in relief, done the job there, come in with the bat, gets a single first time up.
Yep.
Right over towards third. That was always going to be a tricky play. It could score a run. It's bobbled in the outfield again, and she's going to go hunting for it in the outfield. Caitlin Wild is going to slide into third. It scored a run. Cousins comes in to score, and it is 3-3.
But with 2 out, it was Frost who came in to be a pinch runner, a speed-up runner.
Yep.
She scored on the shot, and Wild slides into 3. So 3 consecutive hits. I think there are 3 consecutive pitches.
Yeah,
I think that's the 5th pitch of the inning.
that was wild. He had Morris lay down the bunt, and she got there using her speed. And then the very next pitch, Amelia Cousins cracked one to left field. Taking on the runner was taking on the throw was Abby Morris, and she got gunned down at third. And then Caitlin Wild singled her home with a bit of a bobble in the outfield to help that out, to tie this game right back up at 3.
Good game, isn't it?
Connell in the ground. Nice grab by Caitlin McCready. Throw across the diamond in time. 1 run scores for New South Wales. They draw level, but you're going to see on the replay again. Nice play from Caitlin McCready, having to move to her side, sticks out that arm. And she had to be quicker. That compact motion, knowing how fast they were down there.
Yeah, what an inning that was. First pitch swinging from Partridge, line drive to shortstop. First pitch swinging from Morris, well, it was a bunt.
Yep.
And arrived safely. First pitch swinging for Cousin, single to left field. First pitch swinging for Wild, who fouled it off, I believe, and then
Very
singled the next
productive,
pitch.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Shows you don't need a lot of pitches to score.
Singled on the next pitch, but then moved around to third on the play. That scored the courtesy runner for Cousins, which was Frost. Tied up the ball game, and then a good play at third base to end the threat. So 1 run in the third, Lee, and after 3 complete, it's tied 3-all. Been impressive so far, and in the third inning over on Diamond 2, South Australia have taken an extra run lead, so it's 3-0 over defending champions Queensland.
Roger that. And it's batter number 9, Talia Saunderson, leading us it off.
Where's the change, Lee? I think the change is coming from the Blues. Charlize Callahan, who has a couple of RBIs in this game so far. Chillingworth scored on a pass ball during Callahan's plate appearance. Maddie Scott now up to bat in a long full count. Get the changes there, mate? Do you overhear it?
No, I haven't seen it. No, I haven't seen anything. First 2 batters are as is. That's Talia and Michaela.
Keep our eye on that then. Bunt attempt. Gets it down.
Successful.
Obstruction called on the second base player Morris, but it was the Wild throw from Caitlin Wild. Reckon the runner would have got there safely, Lee. I reckon she may have, but the throw just made it.
Yep.
made it complete, wasn't it? That
Yeah.
she would arrive safely. So, yeah, might go down as a wild throw
Well,
for
that's what
Saunders and
I've put it down
the
as.
9 hitter. So we're back round to the top for the
Yeah.
ACT.
Face McCready, Caitlin variety, and Nolan.
It is a change. This is more crop.
As that ball's up against the wall, Gordon pushing for three. She'll stand up, and it's tied again. The first hit of the ball game for Emily Gordon. And it's 5-5 thanks to 3 straight extra base hits from New South Wales. And I think that's going to be the end of Sarah Nolan's time in the circle.
Yeah, just apologies for the sound just went out there for an inning or so, but we're back. So you didn't rest your voices, did you guys at all?
No.
All right, so for those watching at home, maybe a bit of a recap of the end of last inning.
Well, it's been an entertaining game. It's been back and forth. We'll just start right from the beginning because Canberra had a walk. They got struck out by the side from Bree Evans. New South Wales responded with 2 runs. A nice hit from Caitlin White to knock in an RBI. New South Wales had a 2-0 lead after 1, but then the big response. A couple hard hit balls, an error, a bunt, good team batting. They ended up leaving the bases loaded ACT, but not before they scored 3 runs to take a 3-2 lead. New South Wales responded in the 3rd inning by tying this game thanks to another Caitlin Wild hit, sorry, not Caitlin White. That scored a run, and that made it a 3-3 game. And then, you know what? ACT said, let's take that lead right back, because in the 4th, hits to Caitlin McCready, Sarah Nolan, and Sam McCready push the lead to 5-3 once again, and now we've seen 3 extra base hits to knock this game back up at 5. It is back and forth, and we're only just at the midway point.
And the new pitcher for the ACT is number 12, Brianna Payton.
And a new hitter as well, Sienna Burgess, coming in
For Sophie O'Connor.
Plenty of changes happening. It's come off the back of 3 doubles. 2 runs scored, tying the game. That's the might of New South Wales, isn't it?
a runner on 3rd.
Need to get an out, ACT. That's stating the obvious, but this is a good time to do it.
Still no outs. Slips away. Ball takes a funny hop off this backstop. Caitlin Savage got down low, made a nice throw to the pitcher. The runner didn't go, ended up holding off.
Yeah, kind bounce off the back net. Timeout called by the pitcher and catcher. Just have a chat. So New South Wales take the opportunity for a catch. Gordon just left hanging there for a while from Burgess, who had her eyes focused in on the game and the pitcher, and she's in the box.
Ball. Oh, awkward throw. That's going to cost them, and New South Wales have the lead.
Well, the changes paid off for New South Wales. The lefty bunt attempt. Let's have a look at the Eastern replays. Chops it straight in front of the plate. Catcher did the right thing, but held onto it for a little too long for the fielder to make up the ground.
Aaron Partridge. So New South Wales take their first lead since the 1st inning. It was 2-0, then 3-2, then 3-3, then 5-3, and now 6-5. Feels a bit like the first game that ACT played in that 10-7 loss to Victoria. Just a lot of runs put up on the board from either team.
Yeah, ACT came home late in the game that I was watching with 2 down. And sometimes in this game, this sport of softball, you get the first 2 out easily, a couple of pitches. Oh, that's excellent running.
Walk us through it, Lee Hall.
Yeah, well, the runner sort of got off. The ball came down and was thrown, and then she said, I'm going to third, and she did. Got there safely. So they're really threatening now.
Yeah, just a bit aggressive as she took the extra. She took the base on the pass ball and then took a couple of extra steps.
Yep.
The catcher thought, I've got a chance here, and she took off on the throw behind the runner and took 2 bases on a pass ball to put another runner in scoring position for New South Wales and the top of their order.
Smart base running. Don't you love it? I do.
This could find a gap. It does. The 4th hit of the inning, the 4th run of the inning, and New South Wales, in a game full of big innings for both teams, have the biggest one yet.
Yeah, 4 big runs to take a 2-run lead. This is the New South Wales that we're expecting to see from the first inning.
Abby Morris. First pitch swing again, and it finds a gap. The wheels just keep on turning. First 6 players in this inning have reached. Double to Trim, double to Zaballero, triple to Gordon. The error that allowed Sophie O'Connor, or that allowed Sienna Burgess rather, to reach. Partridge a single, Morris a single. New South Wales 7 on the board, lead by 2. Bree Evans back in the lineup after getting subbed back in. That ball slips away.
It just deflected off the plate umpire and went to the back of the net. Looked like she hit it up a little bit. And runners both advanced into scoring positions. I've got 9 hits for New South Wales in the 4 innings so far.
Yep. That's a lot of hits, isn't it? In 4.
Well, all 9 spots in the lineup for both teams have reached in this game.
Both lineups.
Both lineups.
Yeah, 7 hits to ACT. So, yeah, there you go. And a few walks spread across there as well.
Bree Evans to right field. There's the first out. Runner will tag from home. It's an okay throw in, a little bit wayward. Both runners advance. Aaron Partridge scores. So Bree Evans helps her own cause on the mound. And
Just
Katie Wild has 2 hits in this game. She steps up to bat. She's got 2 hits, 2 RBIs, 1 to left, 1 to right. Already 5 runs this inning, a runner on third. Can she keep that production going?
Well, she's a 4-hitter, so you'd think she's there for a reason. Done her job so far. And just the first out.
Yep.
Of a massive 4th inning.
Taking a while.
Wild chop back foul.
Need to get some fly spray, James, for the central commentary position. Gee. Not coming to you, Eric.
Not
the
coming
flies.
to you.
No, they're coming to me.
You gotta keep swiping them, Lee.
Oh, do you?
Alyssa Connell due up after Katie Wild. Ball in the dirt. Wild reaches for the 3rd time today. And this is the 9th batter that's come up this inning. Already 5 runs on the board.
ACT had a very sharp double to end the 2nd inning. I think they'll just take an out here for the 9th batter of this inning.
Important to hold because ACT have got base runners on every inning. They've obviously scored 5 runs. They try the running bunt.
Look at that ball spinning. A lot of revs on that pitch.
Into play. It goes through. What a great trap, though, by Michaela Facer, who's had a really nice game. 1 run will score.
That was an excellent play from Michaela, wasn't it? Really quick.
Well, you follow the ball as a middle infielder, don't you?
Yep.
and that ball has hit to first base, meaning that she probably would have had to cover first. And there she was on the spot in the Eastern replay. Great backup, makes the second out. 1 run did score.
Kira Trim started this inning off with a double. Trying to add more fireworks to the big inning. Still a runner in scoring position. 6 on the board this inning. Ball slips away. There'll be a runner at third. A dominating inning from New South Wales.
How many runs you got in this inning so far?
6.
6. Batters 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2 consecutive, all reached. 5 of them hits.
Yep.
Both teams' bottom of the lineups have been pretty productive today. But no one more productive than that 6 slot in Kira Trim with a double. Savalero at the 7 spot, a double. Emily Gordon in the 8 spot, a triple.
Been a long inning, hasn't it? The ACT inning had 7 hitters. This New South Wales inning, this is batter number 10.
Been playing about an hour and 20 minutes, around about that mark.
Now, Kira Trim was already working her way down to first base before the umpire said, no, maybe not, strike it.
Kira politely put the bat down. I think she knew that it was a strike. It's just taken a couple of steps towards first on the base on balls that didn't eventuate.
Full count. Swing and a miss. It's a big strikeout to end the inning, but 6 runs on the board.
Yeah, 10 batters, 6 runs scored. Now a 4-run lead to New South Wales after 4 complete. So plenty of work ahead of ACT, but their bats have been hot so far in this game.
Yeah, ACT have got base runners on every single inning. Both teams have. Both teams have been pressing hard.
Score update from the backfield. Yep, South Australia versus Queensland. In the bottom of the 4th, South Australia a 6-2 lead.
Some of the highlights. Do we know who's doing well?
Yeah, well, to start the 4th inning, Georgia Hood and Taylor Chillingworth both got on base, but terrific defense from Queensland to shut out the threat. So that lead could have been more. The box score shows Charlize Callahan 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Georgia King, 1 of 4 Georgias in the team, 1 for 2 with an RBI. And Brooke Stewart, who played for the South Australian under-23 women's team in May, 1 for 2 and an RBI for the Queenslanders.
Well, it's batters 7, 8, and 9. Tui, Monday, and Saunderson. Looking to get some people on here, aren't they?
Yeah, an important start to this inning for ACT to maybe put a dent in that 4-run lead that New South Wales put on.
Tui's got on base twice this game.
From 2 plate appearances. Fouls that one off. No activity in either bullpen.
Up in the air. Emily Gordon charging onto it. I think it got swirled around a little bit up there. She had to curve around.
She broke hard to the left into foul territory and then had to change direction. Tui with a life.
Just knocked away to stay alive. Now, this is a good response for ACT, regardless of what happens here. Not pressing, trying to stay patient. Swing and a miss, so the 5th strikeout of the day for Bree Evans, who's in her 2nd pitching stint of the day.
Yeah, started with 3 in the 1st inning.
Later was taken out in the 2nd inning, came back in the 4th. Georgia Monday. She's reached once and scored. That was back in the 2nd inning. Also grounded out to 2nd. Ball in the dirt. Bree Evans not the quickest worker in the circle.
Yeah, it really goes about our work methodically by the looks of things. Don't know her personally, but takes her time, doesn't get rushed by anything.
Pitches on her terms, and when she's on, it's tough swing and miss stuff. Swing and a miss again, so she's rung up the count to 2-2. When she mixes up that off speed, it's just causing a bit of trouble for these CBR players. Six strikeouts.
Both coming in blocks of 3 as well. The last out of the last
inning was a strikeout.
And we'll forgive Eric for our ACT viewers at home. He calls the baseball, so it's the Canberra versus Adelaide versus Perth, whereas
I'm also distracted by their CBR branding
on their shoulder. Okay.
We sponsor them, obviously.
You seen their
Canberra?
Canberra or something? Canberra t-shirts that they've got?
No, what are they?
Terrific.
Canberra? I gotta see these. We gotta get that up on the street. Talia Saunderson.
So that was quick.
Looks like there'll be a pinch hitter. Moorcroft is on deck.
No, that's...
Nope, that's Facer wearing a Moorcroft top.
Yeah.
Hence my confusion. What a pitch on the outside. Talia Saunderson went chasing.
And when your offense is put on 6 runs in the previous innings, half innings, you suddenly get some more pace when you're pitching, as we've seen with Bree.
Evans is gonna strike out the side. 4 straight strikeouts, 7 on the game, 3 in the inning. And for the first time today, a team goes pretty quietly in their offensive attack.
Yeah, first inning with no runners on base.
Got any fun facts about Canberra for us, James? Anything?
Well, the Open Men's National Championships will be in Canberra for the 57th time in a row this year. No, that's not true. They were in Blacktown a couple of years ago, pre-COVID.
I want to see
home of a number of world champion softballers. In the men's won the world championships in New Zealand earlier this year. New South Wales will be defending their title. It's the capital of Australia. Did I get off interesting facts about
it's the biggest
ACT?
city in the ACT. Maybe we need a fun fact guy about everyone in the States as the broadcast move on.
Well, I got plenty more to do during this tournament, so I'm going to leave it to you or Lee. Maybe Anthony. We'll
Maybe
dob him
Weathers.
in. He was supposed to be here for this game, so...
Paula Zaballero had the second hit in the fourth inning. It was one of 3 extra base hits to start the digs. She's 1 for 1, also has a walk. She scored as an RBI, and she's caught a very solid game behind the plate. Brianna Payton still on the one who's throwing the balls for ACT. They need a crucial hold here as we now are officially in the later stages of the game. Chopped over towards second. Facer on the slow roller. A nice flip, but it was dropped by Georgia Monday. Facer's made a few nice plays over there. Didn't get much help, and it's a base runner.
Yeah, just looking at the Eastern replay, she hit it inside out, so that created some tricky side spin. Facer let it bounce and just spun away from her, so she had to rush a throw, and that's what caused the fumble from the first base player.
Yep. It's probably the first time that Paula's hit that side of the diamond, because most of the other shots have been pulling it hard down the left field foul line.
Emily Gordon trying to back up her triple. She's got a big, strong swing, doesn't she?
Yeah.
It's Chelsea Bennett, though, coming in for the hit. Bennett off her toe.
That will leave a mark. But she's taken it pretty well.
This is just one of 3 games that ACT need to play on opening day. They've been in all of their games. There's a strikeout.
Dropped her strike rule.
Yeah, runner occupying first is an automatic out. Yeah, in the draw, each team has got 2 triple headers and 2 double headers over the 4 days of pool play, I guess you could call it, or the round robin. It's a double round as well, so you play each other twice before we get to day 5 and the finals, where the top 4 go through.
That Sunday will be a fun one. Action all day, starting bright and early with elimination games.
Yeah, semi-finals early, then the preliminary, then a grand final at 3:30. It's getting hotter during the week as well. Runner takes off. Slides in safely on the fumble. Bit of protection from the left-handed batter.
Yeah, every day gets a little warmer. I think it's going to be some cold nights down here, though, tonight and probably tomorrow. Friday even could be pretty chilly. The days are going to be lovely. It's going to be like 23, 24. It's actually going to be perfect.
Yeah, that's the local West Beach. As soon as the sun goes down, the chill gets in the air, and the last place you want to be is over at Diamond 2.
Oh, man, yeah. Some of those teams are going to get a nice introduction to that.
If you're watching and you're a team playing at 8 o'clock, bring your hoodie.
Why do you leave it at 1?
Bring your blanket from your hotel.
Bring hoodies.
But return it.
Sienna Burgess had her first at bat, reached on an error. Knocks it into the outfield.
Good hit.
It could score a run. It should score a run, and it will score a run. 10-5.
Great little shot. Watch the Eastern replay. Just places the bat there and finds the gap between the center and the left fielders. The run scores from 2. And on that throw that just missed the cut, she was able to advance herself to second.
Still 1 down. Nearly another 1 down.
Dead ball called.
Hit by a pitch ball.
Yeah, plate umpire Wallace Yarrow just checks on the batter. Now runner, Partridge. 10-5 ball game here in the bottom of the 5th. She looks okay.
Yep.
When do the Giants start, Eric?
Friday night. Yeah.
Doubleheader Saturday and then
Sunday
at Festival of Baseball Softball here at West
Diamond
Beach.
Sports. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
New pitcher for the ACT. It's Rachel McKinnon replacing Brianna Pate.
The third pitcher of the day. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's gonna be a good little energy, I think, down here at the ballpark. I would think, all across the Diamonds, and sometimes we'll have a major competition on all 3 of the Diamonds that are here. This is a high performance,
built,
right?
Yeah, that's why this facility was, well, not built, it was redeveloped, I guess you could say. Have a 3rd diamond built. It's a multi-purpose field that you can play both sports on. The South Australian Baseball League play their Premier League, Super League, and then
Grand Finals.
Then the ABL and the Adelaide Giants play here. Formerly the Bite. They're on a 15, 10, 12 game winning streak.
A record.
And you don't even have your star players playing. Curtis Mead got the call up to the bigs.
Well, Curtis Mead's hurt. Curtis Mead, if you're an elite performance player, keep an eye on him in January. First pitch, swing, it just goes foul.
McKinnon started the early game against Victoria.
Mm-hmm. This is one of those decisions that you have to make. Sometimes you probably figure pitchers are going to need to pitch 2 games of the day when you have to get through 3 of them.
She threw 2 innings. Struck out 2, walked 3, gave up 5 hits. So they got her out pretty quickly, and it was an arm wrestle for a while after that before.
And a ground out, Partridge.
Well, that's exactly why she's brought in the game, right? To get a ground out and a cheap out, keep the ACT in this game as it's starting to blow out a little 5-run lead.
It was 5-3 ACT, but that 6-run 4th, the big difference maker right now for the Double Blues. Looking to become the first team to crack up a 2-0 record. Up the middle again. That was going to be a tricky play. 1 run is scored. It's going to be 2 runs. It's an RBI double.
And that's the ball game. 7-run lead now to New South Wales in the 5th.
12-5. So the umpire questioning, and they've called the game. So New South Wales, they were pushed, weren't they? They were down 5-3 in their turn to bat in the 4th, but champion teams always seem to have a response when big questions are asked of them. New South Wales, you know, are one of the contenders this week, and they showed why by putting up a whopping 9 runs in the last 2 innings when they needed it the most.
Well, I didn't see that coming, Lee. It was definitely ACT in the game the whole way through it, and then just in a blink of an eye, a 6 spot in the 4th inning, 3 in the 5th, 9 of their 12 coming from their last 5 outs.
And it's too bad that the scoreline is going to say 12-5. It's going to say a Mercy Rule win, because it really didn't feel like your typical Mercy Rule win. Normally on those you see big leads early and they just try to knock that door down late. This was just close until it wasn't.
Yeah, and full credit to New South Wales. They did not give up even when they went down in the 3rd inning. I think ACT took the lead.
Well,
and
they were down in the second
inning.
And then down again in the 3rd. There was 4 lead changes in this game.
Showed terrific fight, the New South Wales team, but ACT, credit to them as well. Never out of the game, and showed some great highlights. That infield double play to Facer, and the 5 runs came and they earned them, and it was a good effort from both teams.
Top to bottom hitting from New South Wales. Top to bottom hitting from ACT. Lee, final thoughts?
Yeah, well, 5 different pitches were used during the game. It tells you how much hitting was done, you know, and it was consistent hitting. And like you said, James, take no credit away from New South Wales, but ACT stuck at it.
That will do it for us.
Yeah, sun delay down at West Beach. That's why we don't have any 5:30 games on our main field. But
8 p.m.
We'll be back at 8 p.m. for the big clash between South Australia and Victoria. So go and get your dinner, put your kids to bed, and then set yourself up for tonight.
Food truck down the line. Go there. Cool. We'll see you then.